What if everything we've been told about Caitlin Clark's injury isn't the full story? Reports say her own doctor has stepped in, and the details are raising serious questions. Is the WNBA's biggest star being rushed back too soon? Or is there more happening behind the scenes? Let's break down everything we know.
Their last game, a loss against Phoenix, these were the back-to-back plays she was involved in on the offensive end. Created a lot of conversation over the past week. Clark would continue playing the rest of the second quarter and then would leave the middle of the third quarter with a back injury.
Imagine watching the WNBA's biggest star go from making amazing passes and hitting deep three-pointers to walking off the court in pain, holding her side. This has happened 4 times already this season. Each time, the Indiana Fever said it was only a small issue. They called it day-to-day and said it was just minor discomfort. But now, Caitlin Clark's own doctor has stepped in, and what he has to say could change the way people see these injuries. If you're enjoying this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. More than 83% of people who watch our videos haven't subscribed yet. It's completely free, only takes a second, and really helps support the channel. Thanks for being here. Now, let's get back to the story. This isn't just about one player's injuries. It's about what may not be getting talked about, what fans aren't being told, and why the WNBA could be putting its biggest star at risk. Let's take a closer look. By the time Clark left the court during another Fever game, fans had seen this before. She took a hard hit, fell to the floor, and walked away with a noticeable limp. At first, it looked like another groin injury, but there may be a bigger pattern. In just 2 months, Clark has dealt with 4 lower body injuries, a left quad injury, a left groin injury, a right groin injury, and another similar setback. Some sports medicine experts say this can happen when one injury causes the body to put extra stress on other muscles. As one area tries to protect itself, another area can become injured. If the original problem isn't fully healed, the cycle can continue. Even so, the Fever continued to describe her condition as minor stiffness and said she was day-to-day, which is common language teams often use when discussing player injuries. This is where many people have started asking questions. Some orthopedic specialists, speaking generally about this type of injury pattern, say that recovery from repeated lower body strains often takes weeks, especially if an athlete needs proper rest, treatment, and rehabilitation. Despite that, Clark has continued traveling across the country, playing heavy minutes, and appearing in league promotions. That has led some fans and analysts to wonder whether enough is being done to protect one of the league's biggest stars while she continues to carry such a heavy workload. Some fans have even started calling it exploitation. They believe Clark has been asked to do too much while dealing with repeated injuries. Here's what may be happening behind the scenes. Before the season, Clark reportedly added muscle to help handle the physical style of the WNBA. While getting stronger can help prevent injuries, it can also slightly change how an athlete moves if the body doesn't fully adjust. Small changes in running, jumping, or shooting mechanics can place extra stress on different muscles. Add a demanding WNBA schedule with back-to-back games, constant physical defense, and very little recovery time, and the body can be pushed to its limit over time. One injury can lead to another as the body keeps trying to compensate for sore or weakened areas. Many people believe the turning point came during the Fever's game against the Connecticut SUN. It wasn't just that Clark got up slowly after contact. It was how she reacted. She looked to be in pain, tried to keep playing, then bent over with her hands on her knees. The most emotional moment came when she appeared upset on the bench. Clark is normally calm and composed during games, so seeing her emotional suggested just how difficult the situation had become. For many fans, it looked like more than physical pain. It seemed like a mix of frustration, worry, and exhaustion. Even so, the injury was still described as minor discomfort. That has led many fans to ask an important question. If a superstar in another major league had gone through a similar series of injuries, would the situation have been described the same way? Another major development is that people close to Clark's camp have reportedly said she is seeking advice beyond the Indiana Fever's medical staff. According to those reports, she is working with outside experts, including specialists in biomechanics, recovery, and sports performance. While professional athletes often consult independent medical experts, some fans see this as a sign that Clark wants additional opinions and a more complete plan for her recovery. Can you really blame her? After dealing with one injury after another, any player would start thinking about protecting their long-term health. At that point, the focus isn't just on getting back on the court. It's about protecting an entire career. So, what happens next? According to reports, Clark's medical team is looking at advanced recovery options to help her heal and reduce the risk of future injuries. These could include biomechanical retraining, which helps improve movement patterns and correct muscle imbalances that may contribute to repeat injuries. Other reported options include regenerative treatments designed to support tissue healing, along with therapies that focus on reducing inflammation and improving recovery. The goal isn't simply to help her return as quickly as possible. It's to make sure her body is fully recovered before she starts playing at full intensity again. So far, however, the Indiana Fever have continued to describe her status as day-to-day and have not publicly discussed any specific treatment plans beyond their regular injury updates. Meanwhile, fans are paying close attention every time Clark leaves the court in discomfort, grabs at her hip or leg, or spends extra time on the bench. People notice. Many fans have taken to social media to express concern and debate whether enough is being done to protect one of the league's biggest stars. Some supporters have shared hashtags calling for better player protection, while others have questioned how injuries are being managed. The discussion has continued to grow as fans, media members, and basketball observers closely watch Clark's recovery and hope to see her return healthy. The real question is no longer whether something needs to change. It's when that change will happen. What we're seeing with Caitlin Clark is part of a bigger trend in professional sports. More athletes are taking control of their own health instead of relying only on team doctors. Many now hire independent specialists and seek second opinions when they feel it's necessary for top athletes. Protecting their health is about more than winning games. It's about protecting a career that they've spent years building. If Clark is choosing to take a more active role in her recovery, many people see that as a smart step. Every athlete deserves confidence that they are getting the best possible care. For the WNBA, this situation has sparked an important conversation. If the league wants to continue building around its biggest stars, fans expect those players to receive the highest level of protection and medical care. That includes consistent officiating on dangerous plays, reasonable travel and recovery schedules, clear communication about injuries when appropriate, and strong medical support for players throughout the season. Many fans believe these areas deserve continued attention as the league continues to grow. The good news is that Clark's story is far from over. Most supporters believe she'll return to the court when she's fully healthy. And when she does, the goal won't simply be to come back quickly. It will be to come back strong and ready for the long season ahead. A careful recovery now could help her avoid future setbacks and extend her career for many years. In the end, the most important victory isn't returning as soon as possible. It's returning at full strength, with confidence that the body is truly ready to compete again. That's what many people believe this situation has revealed. To them, Caitlin Clark isn't just facing tough defenders on the court. She's also dealing with the challenges that come with being one of the biggest stars in professional basketball. Some critics argue that professional sports can sometimes move too slowly when it comes to adapting to player health concerns, especially when a star athlete is expected to carry so much of the spotlight. Reports suggest Clark is taking a more active role in managing her recovery by seeking outside medical advice and exploring different treatment options. Like many elite athletes, she appears focused on making decisions that are best for her long-term health. If that's the case, it could encourage more athletes to take an active role in their own medical care and recovery. One thing is certain. Few people would bet against Caitlin Clark. Talent and determination have carried her through every stage of her career, but recovery requires more than toughness. Rest, proper treatment, and time are just as important as hard work. Many fans believe her recent injuries have also highlighted bigger questions about how professional leagues manage player workloads, communicate injuries, and protect their biggest stars. For some observers, this isn't just about one player's recovery. It's about whether the systems surrounding professional athletes are keeping up with the demands of today's game. Clark has become one of the most recognizable faces in women's basketball, and with that comes enormous attention and expectations. Every injury, every return, and every recovery update becomes part of a much larger conversation about player health and the future of the WNBA. Whatever happens next, fans across the league will be watching closely, hoping to see Clark return healthy and continue the career that has already inspired millions. Many fans believe the biggest story isn't what happens during the games, it's what happens behind the scenes. According to reports and public observations, Clark has continued working through her recovery, but there have also been signs that she may not be back to full strength. Like many injured athletes, she has had limited practices, modified workouts, and game time decisions as her recovery continues. When the Fever say she's making progress, that generally means she's improving enough to gradually increase her basketball activities. However, many fans believe returning to full speed requires much more than simply being able to jog or participate in light drills. Clark's game is built on quick cuts, fast acceleration, sharp changes of direction, and deep shooting range. For a player with that style, recovering completely is especially important. Playing through pain is common in professional sports, but knowing when to rest can be just as important as knowing when to compete. Throughout her career, Clark has shown a willingness to play through discomfort and meet every challenge. She has carried a heavy workload on the court while also handling media responsibilities and league promotions off the court. Supporters argue that with those demands comes an even greater need for proper recovery, careful medical management, and enough time to heal between games. Another topic that has sparked discussion is the role of veteran players and leaders around the league. Some fans wish more current and former players would speak publicly about player health and injury prevention, while others point out that many athletes prefer to keep those conversations private. Either way, Clark's situation has started a broader conversation about how professional basketball can better support its players throughout a long and demanding season. Some people believe there is a noticeable gap between the league's established veterans and a new generation of stars like Caitlin Clark, who entered the WNBA with enormous popularity, major endorsement deals, and national attention. That difference has become part of the conversation surrounding Clark's injuries. While she has received support from fans and some players, many people feel there has not been a larger public discussion about protecting one of the league's biggest stars. Clark's impact extends far beyond basketball. Her jerseys are among the league's best sellers. Her highlights attract millions of viewers, and her games help fill arenas and draw television audiences. Because of that, every time she's unavailable, it affects more than just the team's lineup. Some fans believe that creates extra pressure to have her back on the court as quickly as possible. Others argue that teams always try to balance a player's health with the demands of a long season. Whatever the reason, many supporters have questioned the way injury updates have been communicated instead of receiving a clear recovery timeline. Fans have often heard that Clark is day-to-day or dealing with minor discomfort. That has led to speculation and debate about how serious the injuries really are. Some supporters also feel that carefully managed playing time isn't always enough if a player hasn't fully recovered. They believe the priority should always be making sure an athlete is completely healthy before returning to regular competition. As a result, more fans are beginning to ask difficult questions about player health, injury transparency, and whether enough is being done to protect the league's biggest stars over the long term. Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA with an incredible amount of fan support and excitement. Expectations were high, and many people believed she would help take the league to a new level. However, her injuries, the physical nature of the games, and the limited information about her recovery have left many fans with unanswered questions. As a result, the conversation around her health continues to grow. What do you think about the situation? Do you believe Clark is getting the support and recovery time she needs? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.